Okay, the first transformation we're going to look at are horizontal and vertical translations. All these are is a shift either left or right or up and down, or a combination of left and right and up and down altogether. Notice how the basic shape of your function doesn't change. Just where it is on the graph with respect to the origin does change. If we look at a vertical translation, the basic form is y equals f of x plus k. K being the amount that we shift. You take your original function plus a constant. That's a vertical shift, or vertical translation. Now this can look like y equals f of x plus 2, and that means the whole graph shifts up 2 units. If I write something like y equals f of x minus 5, the whole graph shifts down 5 units. Because in this case, k equals minus 5. Let's rewrite that. K equals minus 5, and up here, k equal 2. If you remember from when you were drawing parabolas, you can come up with an equation like y equals x squared plus 2. Well, all that is your standard x squared parabola shifted up 2 units because the vertex is now at 0, 2. Or in this case, k still equals 2, so it's a vertical shift. It's moved up 2. You can also look at it as an equation of even more complicated. In this case, this number tacked onto the end, that is still my vertical shift. K equals 5. So in this case, it shifts up 5. The basic form for a horizontal translation looks a little bit different. This time, our constant is inside the function, so we would modify the x before we run it through the function. In this case, h is our horizontal shift, the constant. But what you have to notice is I want you to notice that right here, that's a negative sign. So whatever is in your equation, your h value is actually the opposite sign. So for example, if I gave you y equals f of x minus 3, my h value is the opposite sign, so it's plus 3. And that means a shift of 3 units to the right. The same as if I wrote something like y equals f of x plus 7. In this case, h equals, now I take the opposite sign of my h value, minus 7. It's a shift of 7 units to the left. Now if you think back to the equation of a parabola, if I had something like y equals x minus 5 squared, then we know that the x value of the vertex of that parabola has been shifted to the right 5 units. So h in this case is still 5, and it's been moved 5 units to the right. So what you're going to notice is that h value, your horizontal shift, will be inside brackets with the x. We can even combine horizontal and vertical translations into one equation. it looks like the other two put together. We still have our h and k. H is still the opposite sign. So if I have an equation that looks like y equals f of x plus 3 plus 5, in this case, my horizontal shift equals minus 3. Remember, it's the opposite sign. My vertical shift equals 5. So it moves 3 units left and 5 units up. If I go back to my original equation of a parabola, I've got something like y equals x minus 4 squared minus 5. The vertex of that parabola, take a regular parabola, and you shift the vertex over. It's got a h equals positive 4, k equals minus 5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift that whole parabola to the right 4 and down 5. And that's what horizontal and vertical translations look like.